Friday, Japolo, all night, Saturday night, our club in the moon. Yali, Martin, Zeman, Shock, and the Google Cap in the moon. I the shape in out the Bible, Ben, go for say, Dallas, so they snap in the bank. The gas in our do chapel, walk when no, Laboshe, one house on a club in what bank. Tinyame summer pa, na yellow sumia, this a unia, they be sawaso, Yame summer pa, na yellow sumia, but Jehovah full of body, Lucani. Tinyame summer pa, na yellow sumia, Netelu, Binukunda plastic. Yame summer pa, na yellow sumia, Shasuma mia, Lucuna Geletani. Make that a mudapa, Adanyame Baba physical. You are listening
to The Breeze, live on ỌDADEƐ. This is The Breeze on ỌDADEÄ.
I will put on the things fall apart. I can't was an entertainment touch. Chabuli was school sepa. Now so my messy will do more Kobe. Until you yame so my pan, I yell to me. I be so unia, they be so so yame so my pan, I yell to me. Why me junk and as my mobile? Until yame so my pan, I yell to me. I unia from when to my friend. Yame so my pan, I yell to me. No namembo where they would dash it because I see. Camus of Duah. Nadi eke wada wano, alamu shabu nadi wada wano. Gamos of Educationl, also ya American Muslim on the bibi. No coffee wadi wada wano share. Ehu Christian, ehu Muslim, ehu careful, ehu sofo, ehu comfort. Asa that se share proye, bono share swanye. MP wukomu kwani isuta. Acha, ubi aso ye bad man. The intellectual pardon you dansano amo pass mark. For money we go share blood. Nyame beye obechel yuntum. Yepen fast. Inti fast life, fast cars, fast track pots. Church service what name with Snapchat boss. 31st now a church. On no harm and nyame on the third. Now I don't know how to track. Part-time Christian. You won't fight full-time devil. You the joke. Until you nyame so my pan, I yellow sumia. Urban Buddha.
ỌDADEÄ Radio. Like us on Facebook at ỌDADEÄ Radio. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at ỌDADEÄ Radio. You can WhatsApp or call us on 0200 092925. ỌDADEÄ Radio. Like us on Facebook at ỌDADEÄ Radio. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at ỌDADEÄ Radio. You can WhatsApp or call us on 0200 092925.
All night, Saturday night, our club in the moon. Yali, Martin, Zeman, Shock, and the Google Cap in the moon. I the shape in out the Bible, Ben, go for say, Dallas, so they snap in the bank. The gas in our do chapel, walk when no, Laboshe, one house on a club in what bank. Tinyame summer pa, na yellow sumia, this a unia, they be sawaso, Yame summer pa, na yellow sumia, but Jehovah full of body, Lucani. Tinyame summer pa, na yellow sumia, Netelu, Binukunda plastic. Yame summer pa, na yellow sumia, Shasuma mia, Lucuna Geletani. Make that a mudapa, Adanyame Baba physical. Sawan consider pada, Ashana heaven when any pa. Kwaso kwalo no waso asofi ntumu wanka. Sika samini tichapuli here fi ntumu wamba. Ntumu wambu. I will put on the things fall apart. I can was an entertainment touch. Chapuli wa school sepa. Nanso my messy will do more Kobe. Until you yame so my pan, I yell to me. I be so unia, they be so yame so my pan, I yell to me. Why me junk and as my mobile? Until yame so my pan, I yell to me. I unia from when to my friend Chenny. Yame so my pan, I yell to me. No namembo where they would dash it because I see. Camus of Educationl. Nadi eke wada wano, alamu shabu nadi wada wano. Gamos of Duah, also ya American Muslim on the Bibi. No coffee, what the other one on them share. A who Christian, a who Muslim, a who careful, a who soft, a who comfort. Asa, that I say, proye, one or share swan, yeah, MP who come upon in Sutra. Acha, if you saw a bad man, the intellectual pardon you dance on more pass mark. For money we go share blood. Nyame beya or bechel into, depend fast, into fast life, fast cars, fast trap pots. Church service, what name with Snapchat boss. 31st now a church, or no mama nyame on the third, now I don't know how to track. Part-time Christian, you won't fight full-time devil. You the joke, until you nyame summa pan, a yellow sumia. Urban Buddha. Nyame summa pan, a yellow sumia. Nyame summa pan, a yellow sumia. Nyame summa pan, a yellow sumia.
ỌDADEƐ Radio. Like us on Facebook at ỌDADEƐ Radio. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at ỌDADEƐ Radio. You can WhatsApp or call us on 0200 092925.
Afisi say na me da na me say the same got to moon na me say ya kwa mi kubi ya ba me ba na me na se kan ya ma konta cause we are simo bi show bibe timi ya do my den na ma tipe aban yi meta so me chunipi nsa din ka krebi me mboni mi Friday ba kubi na ma club mi nyamba ya ba kubi na ma choke one corner one gana so oti asia na yama I brand here my bro, me young commander. But me music na me vem no aba. Na me vem no aba. Yeah, teni pana kamani, teni pana kamenuvie. Kakete give me the shabby, kakete get in the shabby. Teni pana kamani, teni pana kamenuvie. Kakete get come the shabby, get come the shabby.
Praise the Lord, hallelujah in the highest. Nyawa nyo nyame, wasin nyo nyame. All by your mercy and your grace, I am grateful. You've turned my life around. Now I'm a shining star.
Yeah, I say about this kind of when I'm daddy. Miniscal, we go to but I'm a planning. I know what I could do more routine I have me. Dima teme kame kuti bona babe kame Boka masam de via minche Mene oka na ose minche I'm focused Pepe sabi ame ya mi bombas Encha wana fe Abe bu sembe na mante They say my songs be a real kwa And so minti ubi a just seven kwa I know go run from me Today them say they be Nani na me da wase Mama tafon kaso tiase Teni pano kamani Teni pano kamenufu Kakete give me the shabby Kakete give me the shabby Teni pano kamani Teni pano kamenufu Kakete give me the shabby Kakete give me the shabby.
Praise the Lord, hallelujah in the highest. Nyawa nyo nyame, wasin your grace, I am grateful. You've turned my life around. Now I'm a shining star.
ỌDADEƐ Radio. Like us on Facebook at ỌDADEƐ Radio. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at ỌDADEƐ Radio. You can WhatsApp or call us on 0200
Hey guys, you already know this your boy Dance God Lloyd and you are listening to DJ Use. Don't touch the dial, you know the vibes. Hey guys, you already know this your boy, the toppest Dance God Lloyd, and you're listening to ỌDADEƐ Radio. Shine the light.
This is the breeze on ỌDADEƐ Radio.
Is Vicky on it?
So a very good morning to you wherever you're tuning in this morning. This is ỌDADEƐ Radio, and I welcome you to the midweek edition of The Breeze. It is live on your radio on the Zeno FM radio app. You can download the Zeno FM radio app and search for ỌDADEƐ Radio 24/7. You can listen to ỌDADEƐ Radio wherever you find yourself in the world. You can as well go onto the Google Play Store and download the ỌDADEƐ Radio app onto your device, and 24/7 you can listen to ỌDADEƐ Radio. Shine the light. ỌDADEƐ Radio is on Facebook, that is ỌDADEƐ Radio and ỌDADEƐ Radio Ghana. And on Instagram and on X, it's at ỌDADEƐ Radio. You can stay interactive with us on our WhatsApp platform on 02000 The Breeze is live on YouTube right now on our YouTube channel, ỌDADEƐ Radio, on Facebook at ỌDADEƐ Radio Ghana. Good morning once again, and welcome to the midweek edition of The Breeze. On behalf of the production team, my name is Joseph Otu. You can as well refer to me as DJ Use. Glad to be here with you to serve you the best of information, education, and entertainment on your radio on the midweek edition of The Breeze. The Breeze is always on Mondays, Wednesdays, and on Fridays at 11 a.m. So this morning, if you'd like to send any comments or thoughts, or you'd like to reach us, you can send a WhatsApp on 02000 92925. And I'll be glad to share with the rest of the world your thoughts, which is always welcome here on The Breeze. On today's edition, I'm going to be joined by one of our own. And when I say one of our own, I mean an ỌDADEÄ. So this morning, we are going to go a bit educational and talk a bit more about chemistry. And the latest ỌDADEÄ trailblazer, which is ỌDADEÄ Kwabena Duah of the 2013 year group, aka DKB, has produced chemistry educational videos in English and Twi on his YouTube channel. A very great initiative, and of this morning we are shining our light on him to talk a bit more about this, because this is an initiative that will go a long way to help students who will make use of these educational materials which has been produced in English and in Twi. So this morning, ỌDADEÄ Kwabena Duah of the 2013 year group is going to join me to throw a bit more light on this initiative and how it will go a long way to help students who want to tap into his educational content, breaking down the teaching and the learning of chemistry. He called this one Koko chemistry. He's going to tell us why it's Koko chemistry, which means anya din kra. So he tells me the goal of doing this is to be able to reach out and also to let everybody tap into his videos anywhere, anytime, any day, to help your learning in chemistry. So this morning, Koko Chemistry, an online educational initiative by ỌDADEÄ Kwabena Duah. He's based in the US and he's going to join me virtually via Zoom to have this conversation. So tell a friend to tell a friend and prompt your kids, your wards who will need this content to be able to tap into it to help their educational needs. So this morning, Kwabena is already on the line, and he's joining me all the way from US to have this great conversation. Let me welcome him onto the program. Kwabena, welcome and good morning. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
I think you need to unmute yourself. Yes,
Thanks so much for having me.
Yes. Welcome once again.
Yeah, thank you so much, brother.
And how are you doing?
Not too bad.
So, what will be the time in the US right now?
It should be 7:31 a.m.
7:31 a.m.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. And it's 11 a.m. in Ghana. When was the last time you visited Ghana?
Well, I've been in the US for about 5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm yet to come back and visit.
Okay.
It's been a minute. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So once again, welcome, Odadie Kwabena Duah.
Thank you.
A 2013 year group.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Can you tell us? Let's throw back a little bit and during your school days and Presec and how it was. Do you have any founding memories you may want to share?
Oh yeah. That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
ỌDADEƐ stories, I don't know where to start from.
You have plenty, eh?
Yeah. Well, I'm originally from Kumawu, Bistro. It's in the Ashanti region. So in 2009, I gained admission to Presec.
Okay.
October 24, 2000. That's where I actually began my journey in Presec.
Okay.
So I joined Presec. I was an art student. I was in A1 or A1, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
General Arts Class 1.
Okay.
Yeah, A1. And then, so at that time we were paying fees. It wasn't like free SHS.
Mm-hmm.
So my uncle was the one paying the fees for me.
Okay.
And I really appreciate that. God bless him. He's been there for me for a long time.
Okay. Great.
So he was like, one time I came back from, one of the terms, I came back from school for vacation, and he was like, man, I'm not paying fees or tuition for you to just go and do general arts. Because he had wanted me to go to Achimota, Yeah, so that was one thing I didn't listen. I was like, well, I just wanted to go to Presec because I know those guys, they are very good. So
you mean that your uncle wanted you to go to Achimota?
Yeah.
But you wanted to come to Presec?
No, I think one of his reasons was like, if you go to Achimota, back in the days, so many of our presidents and politicians went to Achimota. So he was like, well, if you go to Achimota, you will have, alumni, people that have been presidents of Ghana, So you will have affiliations with all these big people in politics. But I was like, well, it looks like Presec people, they are very intelligent guys, and I was trying. So I had joined initially as a general art student.
Okay.
So one time I came back from from high school, and then he was like, I'm not paying all this tuition for you to be in general arts class. So you need to either join the science class or, do something else. So I was like, okay. Well, I mean, personally, I wasn't even liking the literature because, general arts class, I was doing elective maths, core maths, literature and all that. And I wasn't liking the literature because it has to do with so much reading and all that. So I was like, yeah, you bring a good point. Myself, I'm not really liking the literature. So I went back the next following semester or the next following time. And then at that time, Mr. Donna, I think may his soul rest in peace. He was the academic headmaster at that time.
Okay.
So apparently at that time,
okay, go ahead.
Yeah, at that time too, there were so many students in the general science class who wanted to switch, who wanted to switch from general science to general art because they didn't like the science.
Okay.
So Mr. Dama was like, well, this is a perfect storm, like anyone who is interested to join the science class,
Okay.
you'll be given the opportunity. But before that, you write an exam. The science students who want to join the general arts class, they don't have to write an exam because, science students, they are deemed as very smart people. So we were like, okay, I mean, this is a very nice opportunity. So we just hopped on it. We did science and maths and I think English. And I think all the students that wanted to switch from general arts to science, we were so many, I don't remember, maybe about 20 students. And I think I ranked about third. Okay. So I was like, okay, I'm in the pool. So then I got to be in a science class from 2014. So 2013 to 2014, I was in general arts class. And in 2014, I joined the science class J. I was in class J. Okay. At that time, it was letters. I don't know if it is changed now, but I was in science class J. Yeah, so that's where my general science education started. And I was in House 7 too. House of Prefects, that's what they called it back then. So because all the prefects were in House 7. I wasn't a prefect, and I wasn't a Brilla student. I wasn't part of the team, but I had so many friends who were in the Brilla team. Yeah, so my presec days were, majorly based on like switching from general arts class. It was really challenging when I joined the science class because I was in the general arts class, so all the chemistry, the physics, the biology, I didn't know any of that. So it took me a long time. I had to put in a lot of hard work to, especially chemistry, because I was doing so much of chemistry, studying every now and then just to, be part of the good students in the class at that time.
Was that really your passion?
That's a very good question. So for me, I think I am capable of, doing, studying so many things. But when my uncle told me that, he's not going to sponsor me for the general class, and personally, I also didn't like the literature. So I was like, okay, this is a perfect storm for me because when I was in JHS, I really wanted to do science, but I switched on the latter day because one of my friends who had come from high school back then said science was incredibly hard, So I was like, okay, then if this guy is saying it's really tough, then I don't want to do it. So I would say it was part of the passion. It was my dream to be a science guy. But along the way, when I was in JHS, I threw the dream away and God being so good, it also came back again when I went to Presec. So I did science for 3 years and general art for 1 year.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So who was your favorite tutor back then?
That's a very good question too. So, I would say I liked all the teachers that helped us at that time. But I remember Lebo. Lebo was not my math teacher, but one time I think I visited one of his tutoring classes, vacation classes, and he was teaching the Brilla students, on shortcuts, how to quickly do some calculus calculations or some mathematical calculations. So I was like, man, the boy is intelligent, very smart guy. Yeah. And then my chemistry teacher too, at that time, he didn't have a PhD. I think now he has a PhD now. So his name will be Dr. now. Dr. Podo Fidelis. He was an emotional guy, Sometimes he comes to class, Precept boys, a little bit of stubbornness here and there. He would come to class and, the students would be so much, like not listening, would be, walking around, talking too much. And then he would be so emotional about it. We used to laugh at him back then, but I'm sure now he's probably teaching in a university in Ghana. But yeah, Podo Fidelis is a very intelligent guy. Biology teacher Ben T. Yeah, Ben T. That was his nickname. Ben T too, very, very smart guy. Yeah, I mean, like I said, all of them, my elective maths teacher for schools. Every teacher has nicknames. You know,
So the nickname comes from you guys, right?
I think so.
Normally.
You know, like normally once we go there, you know, there will be seniors. You know,
Yeah.
there will be seniors there. So the seniors will say, this guy, his name is for schools, or this guy, his name is that. And then we will just follow, you know, because
But let me ask, how did your name DKB come about?
That's also another good question.
Yeah.
Like, so from JHS, I didn't have a short form of my name.
Okay.
So when I was going to Presec or high school, they said we have to write our names on everything.
Okay.
You know, so at that time I was living in Accra with my sister in Bauleshi. But normally I say Islegon because if you say Islegon, people tend to respect you more for some reason. So, you know, I was just trying to find an initial to just put on my trunk and chop balls and my uniforms and all that. Okay. And I think maybe my sister suggested I should use my initial DKB. And then once I got there, everybody kind of embraced it. Probably because, you know, the comedian, the DKB guy.
DKB guy, yeah.
But he's already famous, so probably, you know, people thought that I related to him or something. So it picked up really, really quick. And even when I went to KNUST, people thought like I'm the real comedian DKB. Yeah. No. That's the DKB chemistry department, not the real comedian guy.
Okay. That's great. But what are the B stands for?
So the B is Bafo. That's my middle name.
Okay, that's your middle name.
The D is Duah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really great. So I'm sure that you are mostly in touch with your year group mates and all that. I'm sure you are really in touch and in good standing.
Yeah, majority of them, I would say. Majority of them are in the US and Canada and UK. I'm still in contact with them. The majority of them, I used to roll with a lot of at that time, like very smart guys, very smart boys. Most of them are medical doctors now, so I still talk to them. I think last week I called one of my very good friends. He's a medical doctor, and I was like, back then too, we used to use like nicknames. So I called him. I was like, Carlos, what do you think about my videos? Yeah, and then he said he's going to watch and give me a feedback. Yeah, okay. So I mean, contact with majority of them, but not all of them, I would say.
On the lighter side, were you a striker in the dining hall, and what was your favorite food in the dining hall?
Unfortunately, you know, see how tiny I am. Unfortunately, I wasn't a striker. I mean, obviously, you know, very small guys too can be strikers. You know, you just have to be aggressive enough. When I was in Presec, I was a spiritual leader, quote unquote. I was like a leader for Church of Christ on campus.
Oh, so you were like a Krife type, like.
That's what I would say back then. So it will be very unusual to see a Krife guy leading a church, the dining hall. Okay. So majority of the time I was at the tail end, you know, where people show, you know, in the dining hall. Like they would cheat you, you know, when they are sharing the food, which is. Normally, that's how it goes because you barely can complain because you're like, hey, religious guy, why are you, you know, leave it to us, let us eat the food. So, yeah, I wasn't a striker.
You're not a striker, okay.
Yeah.
But you had a favorite, one of the meals definitely would have been your favorite. That you don't miss dining hall for anything.
Yes. Wache used to be Thursdays. Wache and egg. Yeah, wache and egg. It used to be Thursdays.
Okay. That's really great. But my final one on this part of this segment, I want to know your first day you step foot in Presec, like when you were brought to the school, your first day. Can you share that experience? Some people said they cried when their parents were leaving them. They were welcomed by bullying seniors and all that. Did you had any experience of that sort?
Yeah, I think so. So my sister took me to Presec, Eunice, my sister. Okay. Like I said, I was staying with her in Accra. So she, you know, packaged all my stuff and then dropped me off on, you know, Presec campus.
Okay.
So I think the very first day, when I think the first week, probably not the first week day, but the first week there's cadet training, there's the preface training, there's a lot of yelling and shouting like you're in the army, So at that time I was a little bit scared of these prefects because most of the prefects, especially the disciplinary prefects, you never catch them smiling, laughing. You don't share, they don't share the same pavement with you. When they see you on the pavement, they push you away. I don't know if it's still there, but it's so much, ridiculous. But at that time, we didn't know much better, But I used to have a cousin on campus, and then I think he was born in America, but his dad brought him to Ghana for high school.
Okay.
And his nickname was Bello. Bello was very stubborn. He was a tall guy,
Okay.
So everybody knew him. So when they came, most of the people came to realize that, oh, my cousin is Bello. So at that time, a little bit of bullying, stopped. But when Bello, my cousin, when he graduated or when he left Presec, then the bullying, became intense again. Yeah. So I would say it's mixed feeling. Like some prefects were kind, some prefects were very, very not friendly at all, especially to the Form 1 boys. Form 1 boys, that was a lot of training that we went through.
Okay. That's really interesting to know. And just in case you just joined us, this is The Breeze, and this morning we are having a conversation with ỌDADEƐ Kwabena of the 2013 year group, and he's out with an chemistry educational material on YouTube. It's called Koko Chem. I'm sure maybe if you go on YouTube, you search for it right now, and you are going to find a lot of educational materials, educational content that breaks down chemistry to your understanding. And this morning he's having a conversation with us to tell us a bit more and throw more light on this great initiative that he's brought up to help chemistry education wherever you are. If you are in Ghana, anywhere, you can outsource that content, and I'm sure that it will help you. So, Kwabena, tell us what inspired you to bring out this initiative.
That's a very good question. So, well, a little bit background, like as I've already said on the Presec days, right after Presec, I didn't get admission to go to university, so I had to stay home for a year. So 2013, 2014, I was teaching as a middle school teacher in class 3, class 4, class 5, class 6. And then I bought a chemistry book from, there's a bookstore when you are going to Fidelity at the IPS, now UPS road.
Okay.
Yeah, so I bought a very big chemistry book because when I was reading Presec, I was like, well, I know chemistry now, probably I should be doing chemistry. So during that time, when I was teaching in middle school, once I come home, I'll be reading my chemistry book and all of that. So fast forward, 2014 came, and then I got a chance to go to Tech to do chemistry, to study chemistry. And I had spent a whole year reading and studying majority of the stuff that we would study in the university. So when I went there, I would say some few things like organic chemistry, most of the advanced topics came a little bit easier to me than some of my colleagues that I met in Tech.
Okay.
So quickly enough, before we graduated, I was fortunate enough to, have the highest GPA at, during my time, 2018 batch of chemistry students from Tech. So, and I became a TA after that. So TA is teaching assistant. That's my national service. So I was helping the faculty, the chemistry faculty, with teaching all chemistry students from level 200, 300, 400 biochemistry students, physical chemistry and all that. So I realized that, I taught my class, higher GPA, I would say I was a little bit fortunate to understand more of the chemistry. And then after 2019, when I finished my national service, got a chance to study in the US for my master's degree. And also, every graduate student in the US, majority of them, a large percentage will be a graduate teaching assistant, right? So back here in the US too, like I taught in my university, Ball State University, for about 2 years whilst, doing the graduate program. And then after 2021, went down to Indiana University to try and do a PhD in chemistry, but I didn't get that one done. I got to like second year and then I got a job. Right now, I work as a material scientist. So if you track all these trajectory that I've just narrated, you can sense like teaching, education, chemistry, chemistry. So I would say, apart from me being a scientist or apart from me being um, like a worker or whatever, like I am passionate about education. I'm passionate about teaching and learning. And like I said again, like majority of people that travel outside the country to Europe or to Asia or to North America to study, if majority of them will agree with me that like, once they come in here, the level of or the style of teaching, the style of learning is completely different from the one that we had back home in Ghana.
Okay.
Which not to say is bad or whatever. So it's about 2 years ago, I had a group of friends, like very intelligent, smart guys. Majority of them to a PhD in chemistry and all that. So I talked to them. I was like, bros, how about we do this thing? Like, how about we create something to give back to the community, or give back to the Ghanaian students? Because I mean, we have climbed a little way higher to this level, masters and PhDs and all that. So we did have a lot of conversation, but later on, majority of us also, life got into place, and most of them had to either continue their PhD or get it done or get a job or something like that. So almost every one of us, was busy. So I just decided I had the opportunity to go teach. There's a community college here where I live. Community college in Ghana, we would say it's polytechnic, but here they say community college.
Okay.
So before you teach in a community college, probably you have to have like a teaching background, of course, and then you have to have maybe a master's or a PhD. So I was going to teach there, and then I had to do teaching interview. And then so I prepared a little bit of chemistry related material because I was going to teach chemistry as a faculty or as a professor of chemistry. So when I went in there, and the way I delivered on the topic, the department chair was like, I like the way you teach. I like the way you bring it down to the students. I like the way you use illustration. And then, so that's why it clicked. I was like, well, this is the way I see things. This is the way I want, if I'm teaching, this is the way I want students to appreciate whatever I'm teaching. So it also, boils back to what I had discussed with my friends about, setting up a stage like this or a platform like this to make things relatable and easy. And another motivation that I have for this project is that if you realize, like all the books that we use in Ghana, all the books we use in abroad, everything in it is the setting is done in such a way that is benefiting a certain society, a certain geographic area, like a certain country, and it's really hard to see, like if you pick even if you pick any chemistry book or any textbook in Ghana, it's really hard to see relatable images or relatable pictures or relatable scenarios or problems that will help the Ghanaian student understand that this is the problem we have in Ghana.
Okay.
And me as a student, this is how I have been taught to, solve the problem. So again, going back to like coming here in the US and seeing how things are working, or probably like how they teach and learn and how they study, anyone who has paid attention to their education system will see that the education system over here is totally different with the way they go about teaching and learning. Back home in Ghana, the main difference is like we focus too much on the exams, right? And then we do a lot of rote memorization, which involves chewing it and pouring it and getting it out and passing the exams. So if you are someone that have a very good memory, more or less you can get a higher GPA, because that's how the system is. Once you know the system, you know how to play about the system, you should be able to get ahead. Not to say that if you have a higher GPA, you are the most intelligent among all your friends. No, that's not how it is. But so all these ideas, and I've also read a lot of educational books, written by people that have degrees, higher advanced degrees in education. And majority of them, and research articles about education, and majority of them that I've read, I've just seen that there are different approaches that we can do, and that we can enhance our education system. So I thought about it. I was like, okay, then what can I also do? When it comes to the concept-wise or the topic-wise, when it comes to either science or education, I got the knowledge. I can read, I can understand, I can teach. I also have a teaching background. So what if I create a platform, then, showcase this idea and put it out there and see. So that's how come Koko came about. So when me and my friends had created a group, the WhatsApp group, we tried to come up with the name of the YouTube channel, or the name of the project. So majority of us were suggesting, okay, we should name it this way, we should name it that way. And then we would talk about it and say, this one is not reflecting what we want to do. This one is not reflecting what we already do. So then I think I just jokingly, I was even joking that probably we should just say Koko Chem. The chem is the chemistry, and the Koko is
so what's the Koko? The Koko means is like our tree parent that we say Koko.
Our tree porridge Koko.
Koko. It I have to say Koko no, and say is it Koko? Okay.
Yeah, so
okay.
So
I get it.
Majority of my friends were like, this is funny.
Yeah.
And then some people were saying that this is okay. So we left it there for about 1 year. And recently, when things were, the pieces were becoming together, I was like, let me just go back and take the name that we had already laughed about. Maybe to be funny to some people and to be easy for people to just say it or type it or something like that. So yeah, that's the motivation behind it, honestly.
Kwabena, so tell me, what sort of feedback did you had at the time when you released your first Koko Chem educational video content?
That's also a very excellent question. So I had envisioned how I wanted the videos to be, So I kept telling, I have like so many friends here in the US in graduate schools that, if you are there, I would just call you, bro, this is how I want to do it. So let's say, for example, measurement in chemistry. That was my very first video. The measurement in chemistry. So okay, again, going back to the idea of Koko Chem. So the idea is that I want to make things simple, bring it down to the Ghanaian student, make it relatable to them, and use daily life examples. Okay. So with a daily life example, they can appreciate it. It's like you're watching a movie, but you're also studying alongside with it. So then I thought about it. Okay, measurement in chemistry. If you watch any YouTube video on measurement in chemistry, or if you read, everything that you see is all words, all like technical details about measurement, grams, kilograms, whatever, right? So I was like, okay, how can I make it really, really simple? Then I was like, okay, daily life. So if I'm cooking rice, I don't know if you've seen the video, but if I'm cooking rice, I'll do a 10 seconds video of the rice, because we measure rice in the cup, right? So if I'm driving, then I'll take about 5 seconds video of the odometer just to see, the odometer reading and all that. If I'm buying a gas in my vehicle or fueling my car with petrol, I'll just record a little bit of the gallons and the cash that you're using. Just it's measurement. It's part of measurement.
Okay.
So just little pieces. If you go to the seamstress to sew a dress, or if you buy a shoe, you have to take measurement with your foot, right?
Exactly.
So then I did a little video and then fuse all of them together, just to be the introduction of the measurement in chemistry.
Okay.
So that if you see the video, you right from the onset, you can understand why or what we use the measurement in chemistry for. Because majority of the students that we have in Ghana, they can be very intelligent. They can know the subject, right? But one question they will ask that, say, what do we use this for? Say, what am I going to use this for in the future, right? And all these things are things that have been experimented, things that have been researched deeply into, right? That we most advanced countries, based on the research and based on the things that they teach their students, they practicalize it, right? So that was the idea behind it, just trying to make things more easier for people to relate to it. And majority of the people that saw the first video, they called me. If you check the comment section, people were like, "This is great. This is nice. This is unique. This is new." People were so surprised and happy about it as well. So the feedback was positive. I was glad. I was really excited about it. But and that has majority of all my videos that I've done so far, sort of start with a scenario, because like I said, I'm using research-based methods that we used to teach and we used to learn in the advanced countries like the US, okay? Because any educationist or any person in the education will tell you that there's no one approach that solves all the problems, right, in education. So what the US do is that they experiment all the educational methods and then choose what is relevant for the setting, for the students and for the geographic area that they are in, okay? So if you watch my videos critically, any education out there who will critique it will probably see that there's a project-based approach in the video, there's a case-based approach in the video, and there's a problem-based learning approach in the video.
Okay.
So all these things are just towards the one goal, to make the students understand it properly, and cut down on memorization, because that's how we learn in majority of the schools in Ghana. Okay.
Wow, that's really brilliant. So, how many videos have you produced so far on your YouTube content, on your YouTube channel? Sorry.
If I count the shorts, sometimes when I go to the zoo, I'll just video a zebra and put it there. if I count all these little videos, I think it's 39 videos. But if I'm counting the actual, educational content, then it will be probably 19 or 20. Yeah. But sometimes when I see, a fish in a pond, I just take like 10-second video, 15-second video, just to enlighten the page. And, recently I did a video on graduate school application, because I realized that majority of my friends in Ghana who want to study abroad were constantly asking for assistance on how to go about with graduate school application and how to write statement of purposes for the application. So I was like, well, I should do, one of the videos and put it out there for anyone who is interested. And one of my friends gave me his document to just review and then put it on the YouTube. So I have about 39 videos on there, including all the irrelevant. Well, I wouldn't say irrelevant, like all the shorts that are not really science or chemistry stuff.
So what is the name of the YouTube channel and how can we access it?
Yeah, it's Koko Chem, KOKOCHEM.
Okay.
And all of them is put together. It's not separate.
So it's one word, Koko Chem.
Yeah, it's Koko Chem.
Koko Chemistry.
Yeah, Koko came. So I didn't know that one guy also had the same name on YouTube.
Oh, really?
I should have done my research. So now I have did a little bit of editing. So if you go on the channel, it's Koko Kem. So one word is written twice.
Twice. Koko Kem.
Yeah. So KOKOCHEM, and then you see uh, a flask with like chemistry lab with something in it. Once you see it, you see that it's chemistry related stuff.
Okay.
And then you should be able to either subscribe or just check the videos out and probably give me your feedback, what you think, whether it's good or not up to the standard. Yeah.
So we can leave comments on your channel.
All comments, bad, good. I even appreciate the bad ones because that will make me be on my toes and do the needful. Yeah.
Okay. At this point, let's take a quick dive onto your channel and have a sneak peek into one of your videos.
Awesome. That would be great. Yeah.
Let's have a sneak peek into one of your videos, and we'll come back. We're still live on The Breeze, and we are having a conversation with ỌDADEƐ Kwabena Duah. So let's watch one of the videos on YouTube.
See who the any ball for step 1. I was set the sister unity no. Ama unity na no. Eba grams the benya 42.80 grams. I feel I was see who biscuits could be a share tar box in the mono. The price and the see who biscuit bar could be a share box in the price. You may divide the price by biscuit in the draw. Into for example, option 1 no biscuit piece be a share box in the mono. The price here 15 pesos. Option 2 no my 15 pesos. And the excess option 1 no a cheaper. Let's just say Ubeshe videos my year on measurement, conversions and SI unit. So we here help with chemistry and math. Reach out to Koko Kem at kokochem23@gmail.com. Anybody just say about wow for free. No this year kind no I successful.
Promotion. Biscuit promotion. Biscuit promotion. Mami, obani bako so ti heavy.
Madam Pacho SN.
We blue wrapper no ba pay 40 50 pesos. Me enu so 80 this.
Hey, say kla, ye na cheap.